Torch and friends. It's about to go down, baby. Yeah. Round and around and around. Yeah. Oh, when love goes around, it comes around. It comes around. Can't stop it. When love goes around, oh, it comes around. Here it goes. Yeah. DJ Torch. Chair, the family's here. Voices are warm, the vibe is clear. Love, yeah. Love goes around. Ooh, DJ Torch and friends, it's about to go down. Yeah. It's about to go down. Yeah. Laughter and truth, a gentle sound. Hearts open wide when the love goes round. About to go down. Love goes around, it lifts, it flows. Love goes around and everybody knows. Love goes around from me to you. Love goes around, it always comes through. Yeah, yeah.
Mic check.
It goes, love goes around. Love goes around.
Welcome, everybody. About to get this party started. Man, oh man, my head is spinning tonight. There's just so much going on that we got to jump right into it. Full speed ahead. Shout out to Deonte. Wisdom ain't cheap. Great video wisdom, by the way. Miss Alto in the house. Miss Alto, it's great seeing you. Let me go ahead and bring it up on screen. With so much going on. I mean, this right here, this is a conservative group, by the way, Lincoln Project. Let me play it. Here we go.
Right now, the essential nature of the election is that he has to keep the Republican base fired up.
If you can hear it in the chat, please put a 1 in the chat, please. Here we go.
To keep the Republican base fired up, he has to keep feeding them the reddest of red meat. But that is splitting people off from the Republicans. We have a clip of somebody, and this, you would not have heard this 5 years ago from any Republican. They would have shut their mouths. So let's play that clip about the regret.
Oh, my word. I am a registered Republican. My dad was the president of American Pipeliners Association, so I came by it rather naturally. Voted for the president, supported him, but I really want to apologize. I mean, I'm looking at this awful picture of the Obamas. What an embarrassment to our country. All this man does is tell lies. He is not worthy of the presidency. He takes bribes blatantly, and now he's being a racist blatantly. They were supposed to deport the dangerous criminals.
So basically, as you can see, I mean, we are talking about a situation which because remember now, all the red pill black men backed Trump. They didn't believe he was, like this. There it is for you all to see on the screen. It wasn't enough that he tried to get, 5 innocent, minorities, because there was a Latin man in there too, hung. That wasn't good enough for everybody. This is what he's all about. He's been like this. Let me keep playing. Here we go.
To deport the dangerous criminals. They were not supposed
By the way, who you are listening to, the gentleman whose voice is literally breaking, is one of Trump's supporters. Here we go.
to go after small children, storm schools, bring terror upon, the little kids and the women and children, not just the immigrants in the school. All the children are scared. This is not a decent man. This is not an honest man. He openly takes bribes. He's pathetic as a president, and I just want to apologize.
The man you are hearing, the voice you are hearing right now, is a man who voted for Trump 3 times, every time.
To everybody in the country for supporting this rotten man.
John, did you vote for him in all 3 elections?
I did. I was sucked into the stupidity of creating jobs.
I think this is a great example to break down. What he referenced is red line after red line after red line.
Yep.
It's taking bribes, terrorizing children, not targeting criminals, targeting people who are here maybe illegally but haven't committed any crimes. So every single time they cross a red line, they lose another person, maybe just one. But they keep crossing red lines with people.
And
Even
you could hear the pain in that guy's voice. He didn't want to do that.
No, and he describes him as rotten.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've ever voted for somebody who I think is rotten.
I think I have.
But if I did and I came to realize it, I think I would live with that regret.
Donald Trump has gone too far, even for the MAGAs. Yep. They and the Republicans are leaving him and putting out statements left and right saying this is awful. Him putting out posting a video that depicts Michelle and Barack Obama as apes, monkeys. Too far, Donald Trump, even for your own folks. And then here's the thing. We know Donald Trump is racist. I've been saying Donald Trump is racist for years. I remember in 2018, I opened my show on CNN by saying the president of the United States is racist, and everybody lost their minds. Oh my God, he's a race bait or whatever. Turns out I'm right. Okay. And then Caroline Leavitt is out here making excuses for it by saying it's just a joke. It is the Lion King, whatever. Caroline Leavitt, you're out of your depth. Sit your ass down and stop playing. DEI hire right there. Not good at your job. I know people think it's really easy to call on someone and then cut them off and then call on someone else.
Yeah, I mean, let's dig in deep. Let's dig in deep. It's good to see Don Lemon is not in jail.
That doesn't mean that you're good at your job. And then later, as they do every single day when she gives information from that podium, they come out and they contradict her, as the White House did by saying, "Oh well, it was a staffer who erroneously posted that and should not have." Okay, that's even worse because
I knew they were going to do that too. I knew they were going to try to do that. I said, as soon as I saw the Obama picture, I said, you know something, you know what they're going to do? They're going to deny it. They're going to deny putting it up there. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the game plan. Right at this time, I'd like to kick a huge shout out to Corey Coburn, Ghost in the house, Miss Alto in the house, Henry Mars in the house, Tevin's in the house. We have Wisdom Ain't Cheap in the house, made a bomb video today. I said what I said, came through for a minute. You know, hey, it's good seeing everybody. Deonte's here. I'll be opening up the panel soon, just in case anybody wants to jump on. Here we go.
You mean a staffer, some random underling, has access to the president's phone and Twitter account?
Exactly. I mean, the thing is this, it's not just Trump who does this. Other people have done this before. And they always say, oh, remember when, in fact, here's a perfect example. Remember Shannon Sharp when the audio of him having pleasurable times with somebody came out? Oh, and he said, oh, I accidentally, it turned on by accident.
Oh, this isn't just a Twitter account. This is the most powerful person in the world. And one of the most powerful platforms, because this is how he posts his press releases. He posts policy there, what he wants people to know about him and what he's doing. It posts right there. So why does some underling have access to your Twitter account, to your phone, and why haven't they been fired or identified?
Exact. Good point. Very good point. I mean, the thing is this, let's face it. He's the president of the United States. There's probably a dozen people who manage his account. So you see what's going on here. He did it.
This is worse. This administration is incompetent. And this is just the latest example of that. And Caroline Levitt, sit down.
But I will say that this was a breaking point for me in the way that the administration responded to it. Like, I didn't think what's happening right now with ICE could happen in America. I genuinely did not think that was possible. I thought our institution, I thought the Constitution would hold up. When I see it and then immediately defend it, I start to go, we gotta be very loud about this. Like, it all of a sudden becomes not like liberal catastrophic thinking. It starts to become very reasonable, nuanced criticism of the administration. They have just made the most far left critiques of the Trump administration. Their reaction to this has just justified all of them. In one moment, all of their responses from Trump to Kash Patel, they have justified every single and I know people will probably look at this and be like, they've done a million other things to justify them. Sure, and that's fair. But this specific situation, I think, is a breaking point, and it has justified all those criticisms. I think people's antennas are way up, and people's antennas that were not up initially.
This is like seeing the Epstein Files.
Yeah, let's get into the Epstein Files, but let's get, you know who Tommy Sotomayor is. Talk about a sellout. Let's listen to what his excuse is.
So I generally don't ask questions this way, but I just have to because to me, it's so obvious. Explain to me how this is not racist.
Well, first off, I think it's racist just to assume that apparently Black people own looking like monkeys. Apparently, we're just supposed to own it. So if someone says we look like a monkey or that they put us on a monkey body or like what they did with the advertisement where the Black kid had a monkey outfit, uniform on, just like the white kids did.
And you hear this dude, even Trump supporters are disgusted by what Trump did. This dude, Manosphere Kang, is still tiptoeing, I mean, this is what you call the ultimate insane bow behavior right here. I mean, it's like he cannot get
It's somehow racist. So Blacks should view themselves as monkeys. And anytime someone calls us that or puts us on the head of a figure, that we're supposed to be immediately outraged that this person is doing this. And let me explain to you.
Tommy, I'm sorry, I can't just let that go without asking you something. Have you learned anything or studied history in this country is around slavery and the depictions of Black people in this country during slavery?
No, I have. Yes, sir.
Okay, and you know that that was a common thing to equate Black people to apes or monkeys. And usually it was a reference to they came from Africa, so they must be apes and monkeys. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, well, the idea of they came from Africa, there's a lot of animals that came from Africa. As a matter of
Oh
fact,
my God, nigga, please. I'm sorry, that slipped out. I'm trying to make a PG tonight. I'm trying to make it PG tonight. This is what these Manosphere dudes are all about. They have no backbone whatsoever. No backbone. Even Trump supporters found that depiction disgusting. They want no part of it. And I'm not saying they are angels by any means, but at least they have more common decency than these red pill Black men have about our own culture. I don't see how they even put them on TMZ. I really don't.
all of the ones that were depicted in the video, you guys didn't show the whole video. Biden was also a monkey. Well, Biden was a monkey in the video too, so why aren't we outraged? As Black people, we have carte blanche to call anybody anything.
Man, the only thing he ain't saying, I want to hear him go, oh yeah, and Massa, yeah, he treats us real good. That's what I'm missing. I want to hear some of that.
We want. And I'm from the
That's
South.
not true. That's
Well,
not true.
who can't we call a name? Y'all have had people on your show that call white people aliens, that call white people devils. No one gets
Now he's reaching. I have not heard that forever. I'm sure there's somebody who's done it. But see, the thing is this, that's what makes it so embarrassing. And that's what makes Nikki so embarrassing, which we will definitely get into. She is a pick-me-sha. But no, the thing is he's going out of his way. All he needed to do is just say, I wouldn't have done that. But you know something? As self-hating as this man is, I'm glad I was able to squeeze that out, that PG. You know, as self-hating as this man and most men in his circle are, I'm not surprised.
in trouble on national television for calling a white man a devil.
I mean, a devil is not
just a bad person.
A devil doesn't equate to race. It equates to character.
No, we actually, if the person beside you would tell you the truth.
Look, he's literally defending something that nobody. Miss Alto, you nailed it. Tommy's response is reprehensible and cowardly. And that's exactly what yes. And the sad part about it, Miss Alto, is that he's a Manosphere leader. Up there with the other two clowns that are making fun of each other. That's what, and they never wake up. These men never wake up. That's why when you hear me say that Manosphere Black men are the most racist men against their own women, this is a perfect example of that, where they literally shame themselves in front of the whole national TV. TMZ is gigantic. And he's here he is up here just like house, always, the house thing. I'm just going to say the house thing. He is doing it all up. So he's telling you right now, yes, I'm still gonna, vote for Massa. That's what he's saying. That's what he's basically saying.
actually believe that the white people are devil, and many believe that we're aliens. We
Well,
believe they're.
I'll give you
Tommy,
no,
please,
hold on. I can give him an
this
example.
argument, Tommy. Don't put me in your. I'm not trying to.
Well,
I'm not shoulder to shoulder with you.
You asked me though, but you asked me if I knew a historical context,
Right.
and so when I give you
well,
one
I'll give
back,
you-
We're talking. You're trying to talk about calling white people devils. No one's saying that that's okay, but that is a different thing than what we're talking about.
what I'm trying to say is, as a black person,
Yeah, because deflection. That's all he's all about. Listen to this.
I refuse to believe that every time I see a depiction of a monkey and a white person doing it, I'm supposed to be outraged and automatically just upset. So I'm just agreeing that this.
No,
is
you're a house Negro. You're thinking like a house Negro would. I think he's being completely honest. I think he's really that self-hating to the point where he cannot say anything mean about, men of low character.
Depiction of me and my people.
It's so ride or die with certain people in Trump's camp that can't you bend the knee on one issue and still be a Trump supporter? Isn't this just one too far?
Oh, no, listen, I am one, if you watch my show, I criticize him as well. I think the people who support someone the most should be the ones that are most critical of them. Should he have posted this as a president? I think 100% not.
That's all he had to say. So what he accidentally did, ladies and gentlemen, is he admitted that was disgusting, because we've seen this guy operate before. He makes it clear he does. And I'm talking about Sotomayor, not Trump. I'm talking about Sotomayor right now. He makes it clear he hates black people. Just because he's black don't give him a pass. He cannot stand black people, especially black women. And it's funny to me because I think it has more to do with him hating himself, because he has done some of the nastiest things. This is a super duper. He did the corn thing, and expects then to turn around and be respected as some sort of true conservative. It's crazy to me. I think we've heard enough of him. I think we've heard enough of him. Check this out. Let me bring this up. If a black man hitting a black woman, especially these days, but he literally cold cocked her.
So the bitch steady yelling, you, yo, you should have died on that scooter, all that shit like this. So I muffed the bitch. I walked up to the bitch, shut the fuck up. That's what we call it in Chicago, when you push a bitch in the head. I muffed the bitch. Look, if I go to jail, because that's an assault. I found out if you do this to somebody, that's an assault. If I go to jail for assault, I ain't scared to go to jail for assault. I don't have it. They was like, oh, you don't want this tape to come out. I don't give a fuck about no tape, nigga. Nigga, I'm gonna show the tape for y'all show the tape. I got the tape. This fake ass lying bitch said I punched her, huh? Well, that tape ain't gonna show that. That tape ain't gonna show I punched her. That tape gonna show I walked up to the bitch and muffed her. They thought I would be scared to say what I did. I'm telling you what I did. And I'll turn myself in.
Because we allow it, because we're good people. Men as a whole are good people. Because if we decided otherwise, we know what other men have done. As a whole, if we decided as a whole that we were going to be barbaric to you stupid motherfuckers.
This is hands down the most disgusting thing I've seen in the Epstein Files. Those are babies wrapped around the fucking legs of that table. And that baby on that table, this is her memorial. This is her memorial. You can tell just by the fact that it's only her picture and the candle on the table. And those are 100% her babies that she gave birth to, but just taxidermied. 100%. You can't tell me any different. The baby's 100% on decoration, because if you look at the table that you can barely see in the back, there's no babies on the leg of that table. They 100% kidnapped this girl, trafficked her, got her pregnant multiple times, probably more than 2, and now she's gone. What do y'all think? Because I personally think this is a memorial, and you cannot tell me no different. I'm sorry, nothing can convince me that this is not a memorial, and those are her taxidermy dead babies. I'm going to keep going through the files, and I'm going to update y'all on the next ridiculous thing I see, because this is sick.
Have you ever seen that movie? What was it called? The one that won that horror movie. Oh, dang, I forgot the name of it. But it was the one where the guys visit, they go to Russia or something like that, right? They go to Russia. Let me bring myself back up. Where am I at? Okay. Oh, there we go. They go to Russia, right? And these guys are like, they're capturing people and then turning them into meals and shit. I mean, I'm serious. This is what I think that movie was from. Because they went to islands, they went to the back in places in Vegas and stuff. What was the name of that movie? Dang it. Hostel. That's what the Epstein Files is all about. I think I'm going to nickname it Hostel. If you watch the horror movie, they had a series of them. I think it went up to like 3. Exactly. Wisdom, you nailed it. These dudes are psychopaths. But that's the name of the movie. Hostel. Let me get back into this mix right here. Here we go.
To you ungrateful. What has a man done? I can do what a man does. You can't suppress us. We can. Y'all women are only talking and have phones and internet and running your fucking mouth about men and divorce and child support. Y'all only doing that because we allow it.
And here goes another one. Aaron Hall. He on the run because Liza Gardner put up a lawsuit against him and Sean Diddy Combs a year or 2 ago. Sean has obviously been served. This is a federal civil lawsuit as she alleges that Aaron Hall and Sean Diddy Combs essayed her when she was a child and that they rugged her and did this to her. And they found Sean, but they cannot find this man. They have searched LA, where he normally was to frequent and walk his dogs. They've searched several other locations in California. They have searched in Atlanta. They have searched in Ohio. This man is nowhere to be found because he's clearly dodging the ability to be served.
Now, the point I need to bring up is this. Do not think for 1 second that the Epstein Files and the Diddy Files are not connected. And that's why Jay-Z's in a little bit of trouble. I'm not going to say he was involved because I'm just going to let the record play. Sometimes you just got to let the record go. As a DJ, you just got to let the music play. Let the music play. And just let it. I mean, the bottom line is this. This barbaric behavior has no color. It ain't got no color. You can blame one group or the other group for bringing it from one group to the other group. This is modern day slavery. And red pill thinking dudes, they're the ones bringing it. You just saw Sotomayor, one of the red pill kings, defending somebody who may have been in the mix with this. If you've read up on what's going on with this dude right here, you know he'd sign up. No, he'd sign up for some you know, some of this island action. Let's just put it that way. I think he's from the islands too. Let me keep it playing. Here we go.
To the point that this woman's attorney has now asked that he be served by publication, because if you can serve by publication, it puts it out there in the paper. You know, whether he responds or not, it just proves that, A, we published it. We've exhausted all methods to try to find this man. They even hired a private investigator. We cannot find him. We've now served it in a publication. He did not respond to the publication, which will allow the lawsuit to go forward, because you obviously have to be served to be able to proceed with the lawsuit. But because they can't find this man, ironically, you know, a year or so ago, he all on the concert circuits, but now, ever since this came out, nobody can find him. So now they're trying to serve him by publication. But another one, and this one, I believe
he got served.
It all. I'm not even going to say alleged, because we know how he was messing. His baby mama is, what's her name? I can't even think of the young lady's name, but the young video girl who was definitely a minor when they had their child. He was in a relationship with her. So to believe that he assaulted someone that was underage back in the day, yeah, it's believable, because he had a whole baby by a teenager. So this one trying to run, but another entertainment industry person, it's like a freaking plague at this point.
If men as a whole decided that we want y'all to shut the fuck up, who would stop us? Who would stop us from doing whatever the fuck we want to y'all?
You don't want to miss this email in the latest Epstein file drop. This is from somebody named Ken Turner, who was investigating Epstein after Epstein was arrested in 2019.
You gotta
Epstein
check
was
this out.
arrested July 6th of 2019. He was taken into federal custody by the FBI New York Police Department Crimes Against Children Task Force. This email is dated July 27th of 2019. It reads, "We've had another serious incident since an American shot the trial judge in our child trafficking case here. He and I both think that this latest incident is tied to the fact that we have reached out to your team. Who on your team knows we are talking to you? Anyone assigned from the NSA, CIA, or U.S. State Department. Please understand people's lives here are in jeopardy. We have had 4 armed attacks against us. My partner has shot and killed 2 and wounded 5 American agents to date. Numerous white American agents following us in vans assigned to U.S. Embassy. George was attacked and lost his arm. The president of Mexico is keenly aware of our case against Marcinko and other U.S. officials. The case we have here is almost certainly connected to yours. We have the proof. Our case will help bring a whole new dynamic to what you know and who is involved."
I mean, they're literally attacking their own people to keep these pimps in business. I mean, government people, it's blowing my mind.
Prince Philip is a small fry compared to what we have uncovered. This person replies and says, "My task force is not affiliated with the intelligence community. If we want, arrange a call time." Then they have a few more back and forths about trying to arrange a call time. And then that agent Ken Turner responded again on August 5th of 2019 and said, "My nephew Logan Turner was shot and killed in a mass shooting in Dayton, Ohio last evening. I'm rushing home to be with my immediate family. All investigative work on the Marcinko and Epstein is still in process, and we've uncovered more videos and photos of the 2 of them together. Another attempt by U.S. Embassy security team was made yesterday when they stopped my partner and searched her car looking for the videos and photos that they have uncovered, and they told her that she could not leave Mexico. They were not in her car. Someone does not want this data disclosed."
Y'all even exist in harmony and have a good life and able to work because we allow it, because we're good people. Men as a whole are good people.
Madeleine McCann was 3 years old when she was taken from a Portuguese resort while vacationing with her parents back in May 2007.
Wisdom breaks it down like this. I remember when my older brother thought he was smooth like Aaron Hall. It's shocking, but anyone hanging with Diddy, yep.
She's never been found, but there are suspects. This is suspect number 1. Does she look familiar? Does she look like this person? This is a photo from around 2007. the year that Madeline was abducted. There's more suspects. These two gentlemen are also suspects. The top two photos are renderings of the male suspects who are suspects in addition to the woman in the sketch I just showed you. These two gentlemen on the bottom are two brothers whose last name rhymes with Modesta. This guy was an advisor to Bill and Hillary for many, many years. Please try to convince me this is not all related.
Because if we decided otherwise, we know what other men have done. As a whole, if we decided as a whole that we were going to be barbaric to you stupid motherfuckers.
A chilling email released in the latest Epstein Files claims Epstein ordered the burial of two foreign girls near his ranch after they were strangled to death during rough fetish sex. The email sent by a person claiming to have worked for Epstein was first sent to a man named Eddie Aragon on November 21st, 2019, before being forwarded to the FBI. It alleges the girls were buried on the orders of Epstein and Madam G, believing to be Ghislaine Maxwell at Zorro Ranch, the sex offender's sprawling New Mexico property, which has long been reported to have served as one of his private playgrounds for trafficking. The shocking email was released as a part of the 3 million documents from the Epstein Files published by the US Department of Justice on Friday.
To you ungrateful. What has a man done? I can do what a man does. You can't suppress us. We can suppress you. Yeah, get mad at my comment. Get mad over the fear. Fear that, bitch.
So what do you think? Welcome to the stage, Deonte. Deonte, what do you think? Do you think, Epstein's just living his own, living his life? There's some, as you can see on the stage there, on the screen, there's a picture of him floating around. What do you think? You think he's still around, or you think, that's just a theory?
Now, I'll tell you, it's not out the realm of possibility that he's still alive, if that's what you're saying, because it's like, the way that whole thing went down, talking about how he killed himself, but the camera didn't work and the guards happened to be on break.
Yeah.
I can't even finish it without laughing, man. Like, everything just perfectly fell in the perfect place, and then he hung himself right there, not knowing when they were, you know what I'm saying? No, but I believe that they killed him first off, but now, could they have extracted him? Yeah, totally. They could have did that, and he out somewhere kicking it, living his life, doing whatever he want to do in whatever way. It could be possible, but he was not. He was the puppet, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in all of this, like, no one gets their name publicly pushed out like this and used. Like, whenever you have a bad guy that you can literally point to and say he was the one, but he's conveniently dead because he killed himself, that lets you know it's somebody else behind it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just him. Even his girl, Ghislaine Maxwell, her father was a big time, he owned some huge newspaper in UK back in the day, and he was of Jewish descent, and obviously so is Epstein. And her father actually, he died in a weird way. They found him dead he got thrown off of his yacht somewhere in the middle of the ocean. So yeah, like, when these people are done with you and they think that you could be you could be compromised, you could flip on them, they'll kill you. Or if Epstein did his job the way he was supposed to do, it's a chance they could have extracted him. But as of right now, we'll never know.
All right, let me put this in the mix. Here we go.
This has to be one of the most important Epstein files. It's a 32-page letter that alleges Donald Trump Jeffrey Epstein and the Saudi elites all had ties and operated together. The DOJ actually deleted this file from their website yesterday, but thankfully it's been reposted. Take a look. Here's one of the pages. As you can see, it's kind of hard to read. I was able to transcribe it though, and that's what I'm going to show you. If you want to take a look at the whole thing for yourself though, all 32 pages, you can look up the file number right there on the DOJ's website and it should come up. The individual describes all of these events taking place at a house in New Jersey. They allege their father sent investigators to Seaside Heights, New Jersey, and found exactly what she told them to be true, including all of the firearms and ammunition stashed in the house, as well as claw marks where she allegedly clawed her way out of the room that she was locked in. These events took place when the individual was in high school. Now here comes the part about Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She ended up getting pregnant. This was not the plan. They wanted to sell her to the Epstein bunch through Donald Trump. In the bedroom they had her locked up in, there were panels, and it was also close to the garage door. So when Donald Trump came, he didn't even have to step foot inside of the house. They just raised up the garage door and opened the panel so he could look at her. Donald Trump was standing in the driveway and had a clear view of her allegedly naked and on her knees on the mattress. When he saw her, he laughed and said, "She's pregnant? She doesn't look pregnant." One of the guys said that she is 2.5 months pregnant. Donald Trump said, "Is she on substances?" And the guy says, "Yes." Trump said, "We don't like for them to be pregnant because we love money. I guess they sell for less if they're pregnant." Then he goes on to say, "A doctor might cause her to miscarry, or if the child is a good-looking bee, we could sell the baby. You said she is religious. The Saudis like the religious ones. We'll disguise it out. You will tape her." One of the guys then tries to assault the girl. I guess they're going to record it, but she raised up her right foot and hurt the guy. Donald then shouted, "Deal's off. We won't take the violent females." And then he departed, saying the deal's off. They asked, "What do we do with her?" Trump shouted, "Feed her to the fishes. I don't care what you do with her." If these allegations are true, then it means Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein coordinated with the Saudi elites, and who knows how many elitists of other countries. We know Donald Trump is still doing personal business dealings with the Saudis today, as he's the president, which are enriching himself and his family to the tune of billions of dollars.
Did the CIA murder multiple people in Mexico to cover Jeffrey Epstein's tracks? This is an incredibly disturbing thing that I found in the Epstein Files. You have to see this.
Let me pause it right there. So what are your thoughts about that theory? I already thought about it. Let me let you rock.
Okay, well, just real quick though, when they keep talking about enriching the families, none of this stuff is really about the money. Money's exchanged, but at the end of the day, all of these people are already rich enough to be good for the rest of forever, for their great grandkids to be good. Money is just a tool that they use at this point. This is really about power, having leverage over somebody else,
right?
Changing little pleasurables. And you know what the really sad part is eventually they're going to find out, or if they ever even talk about it, all of this sex trafficking is going on. This was just like dessert after the business for them. They weren't just doing all of this just so they could hide girls and traffic people. They can do that here in America wherever they want to. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm saying that you think that all these big time people who are very important all around the world were getting together just for some girls. They were getting together for different businesses about how we're going to split the world up, how we're going to do this with commodities, blah, blah, blah. And at the end of their business meetings, they would eat steak and dinner and they have a bunch of little underage girls. I mean, it's terrible. That's basically what that was about. So yeah, that's what I think about that part.
All right, let me bring up another part right here. Hold on one second. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's get a little bit of
Nicki Minaj got a gold card. Is that a citizenship card that she got? Did you guys see that? Is this the gold membership card, the gold citizenship card? Does that mean she's a citizen? United States of America, isn't it the whole thing that you can pay to get entry into the U.S. and you get a gold card and then you become a citizen, right? Nicki Minaj has received Donald Trump's gold card, which grants her U.S. residency. There you go. Told you. Told you. Told you. She got a gold card, a citizenship card. She has received the gold card, which grants her U.S. residency.
My favorite thing about the Nicki Minaj.
That is so fun. I have to say one thing about Don Lemon. He switched. He switched from being on CNN to trolling people pretty good.
Yeah, he did. I like him more now that he's not on CNN. Actually,
Yeah, he's got pretty good at it.
My favorite thing about the Nicki Minaj news cycle is that she got played. The Trump administration played directly in her face. She posted a picture of the Trump gold card and said, "Welp." Then she posted about how her citizenship paper is on the way and she's about to become a citizen.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Well, if you guys are unfamiliar with the Trump Gold Card program, it is for high net worth individuals that if they invest $1 million or more into the American economy, they get this Trump Gold Card and they will be on fast track to be a permanent resident, then a citizen. Well, the White House came out and said, actually, let's pump the brakes. The gold card that Nicki Minaj got is not actually a Trump Gold Card. It's just a memento. It's a fake. So it doesn't mean anything. So she doesn't get the fast track towards citizenship.
What do we have, ladies? A fucking clown. We are a stupid bitch. We are a fucking clown.
The White House coming out and making a statement saying that the gold card that Nicki Minaj received was a memento and not a visa. And
Do you know how impactful that is? What I mean is this. They made it clear she's not getting citizenship because they would have just went ahead and gave it to her, even if it was just a memento, right? They just meant it as a memento, which they played in their face, quite honestly. They would if she's out there saying, "Oh yeah, look, I'm gonna get my citizenship because I'm with Trump and shit," and they told her no, she's never getting it. Not from Trump. Because they would have just gave it to her and said, yeah, oops, that slipped out. Fine. Yeah, give it to her. She's been dancing for us long enough. Let's give her a reward. They made it clear they played her. I mean, there was no other way to see it. They made an example out of her. In my opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree with you because I was going to say, I was like, you know what? I don't think that Trump feels like she did enough. You know what I'm saying? If all she did was come up there and struggle and say some nice things for him and then show up and shake his hand and give him a hug and a kiss on the cheek, he probably wants more out of her because she got a lot of pull out here. He probably wants her to break all the way down and do the super bootlick and, become a super. He want her to join the Coon Illuminati. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before you give her the citizenship for real.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how she acts now because they clearly played in her face. And she's going to end up on an island of her own if she doesn't watch out. She already did, really.
Yeah, also, I just want to say that if she has to commit to the Trump game because if she turns back against Trump for any reason, she's going to look like the biggest two-faced, switch-washy, fence-riding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, what are you doing? And then nobody's going to mess with her. I mean, her fans will still be fans, but I'm saying her fans aren't everything. She still needs the rest of the people to mess with her too.
Yeah, the best thing she should do, the smartest thing for her to do, but to be quite honestly, I don't think she's really that smart, is just to go dark 30 and just not be in the limelight for a long time. Maybe release an album or something, but this political shit, she just got slapped in the face. She truly thought that meant she was an American citizen. And they literally made it clear she was not. And for them to do that at this moment in time, this would have been the perfect time for them to give her citizenship because it's like, look, you kiss Donald's feet, you get rewarded. They could have sold it like that. But they hate her so much they made an example out of her. That's my theory.
Citizenship status in any way. So you was shucking and jiving for free? For free? You did all of this for a symbolic token of their appreciation.
What I want people to understand is that when it comes to politics, okay, politicians will use you and abuse you for what they need. And once they accomplish what they need, who are you? Who are you? You're speaking out so adamantly about this man, and he don't care about you, girl. You see how fast they cleared that up? You see how fast they cleared that up when you was talking about some, well, exactly. They said, oh, let me just clear this up real quick. We don't want anybody thinking, we actually gave a woman who looks like she's of African-American descent anything. Allegedly, for educational purposes. Anyway, goodbye.
Honestly, if I say I am shocked by this Nicki Minaj situation, I would be lying.
Yeah, man. I mean, let me see here.
My favorite thing about the Nicki Minaj news cycle is that she got played. The Trump administration played directly in her face. She posted a picture.
That one. Here we go.
I don't regret mocking Nicki Minaj at the Grammys, and I absolutely will not apologize to her. That night, we were celebrating the grand event of music at the crypto arena, while she was busy acting like a tail-wagging lapdog, clinging to the president's leg just to get that filthy yellow card, proudly thinking she was so clever. In reality, everyone else saw her as nothing more than a complete clown. I was simply using humor to point out a truth that everyone could see. I have never bowed my head for speaking the truth, so I will not apologize to her. She tried to retaliate online by fabricating cult-like blood ritual lies about me, but I only found it laughable. When she accused Jay-Z, she used the exact same approach. She thought she could smear me with this tactic to change the narrative, but I'm not a fool. I've seen too many storms. I've hosted the Grammys 6 times, witnessed countless superstars and controversies, and I never fear her, nor will I be intimidated by such absurd accusations.
Really, at the end of the day, she's actually exactly, I mean, what would be the word? What is that word, y'all? I don't know. It's not ghetto. It's come on, what is that damn word? Anyway, she's embarrassed. She embarrassed herself. See, the thing is this. I didn't know Nicki I honestly was neutral on Nicki for a long time. I didn't love her. I didn't hate her. I didn't really listen to her music that much. I was neutral. But now that I have gotten to know her, she's a true wicked witch. She's an evil person. I mean, so if I'm not doing this to name call, I'm doing this to let her know, her fan base know, this is a mean person. This is a woman that can care less about you at all. I mean, talent for rapping, she's known as being one of the best. But she, just like I can separate R. Kelly's beautiful music compared to who he really is, I can do the same with Nicki. Nicki, I respect your music. I don't listen to it. It's not my type, but it's not supposed to be. I'm twice your damn age. But, well, she's damn near 40 now. But anyway,
she is 40.
She's evil. She's freaking evil. And the thing is, this is an era where there's a lot of new good rappers coming up in the female arena. The thing is you have to ask yourself is this: she might be the best now, but are the new rappers that are coming out now as good as she was back then? And that's the question you have to ask yourself. And if they're not, so what? At least they don't hate you. You know, they might acknowledge you when you say, "Oh, you know, blah blah." At least they might know who you know will give you a hug or something. This dude, I'm sorry, this woman here is evil. I mean, she's got to be evil to be around the kind of people she's around. You know, PDF files and whatnot. That's why I was like, people like when Nicki was trying to get dig into Jay-Z, I was like, better watch out, girl, because let me tell you something. You are throwing big ass boulders from a glass house. You know, maybe she's got a point. You know, she knows what a PDF file looks like. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, live with what one for 20 years? Yeah. So, but yeah, she better watch it. All I can say is this: she better be. She's already talked enough crap. She's talked enough crap about people enough. To me, it's like this. Even I won't F with Jay-Z. I'm going to wait and see what's going on with Jay-Z. But right now, I will say Jay-Z should be a little bit concerned. Because let's say I am going to go by the premise that Jay-Z is like, let's say he is not guilty of any of this stuff, this Diddy or this, or the Epstein Files stuff. He is flying way to what you call, back in the day, we call it, you flying way too low in proximity to this shit, you know, that you're going to get some of what's called the blowback. And so it's going to be that is something I'm not going to say, oh yeah, Jay-Z, you're a PDF. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just going to sit back and watch, because I think I would be doing myself an entertainment disvalue by not just sitting back, grabbing my popcorn and seeing how this whole Epstein thing comes out. They tried to drag Russell Wilson into it. And he said, F that. He said, F that. He came out and said, look, that was some dude trying to sell me a plane. You know? And I told him, no, that's that. And he said something about like, not today, Lucifer and blah, 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 blah. He said, F that. So the interesting thing is that you would think that Jay-Z would fire back like that, but I haven't heard anything yet. What do you think? You are a Jay-Z fan, so hit me with it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, because who was it? When that lady Phoenix, what was her name? I forget her name. Anyway, she went on the Piers Morgan show and said some crazy stuff about Jay-Z and Beyonce, and they sent Piers Morgan a letter telling him that they were going to basically that he needed to take down what she said because she was just lying. She had no proof. But he didn't say anything because Nicki went in on him the other day on her Twitter. She went in talking about he a pedophile and him and Beyonce be doing. I don't know if she mentioned Beyonce, but she definitely said Jay-Z do like the blood sacrifice rituals.
Yeah.
But what was the guy we were listening to? His name I can't remember. The comedian. The one that was just talking about how Nicki had said that stuff about him too, saying that he
what was his name? I just played him.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't remember his name.
Okay. Trevor Noah.
Yeah, that's right, Trevor Noah. So she said the same things about him, and it's like this is almost like her going with Trump, and now Trump saying, "No, I didn't really give her a card," and she don't really know what to say. Because it's like you can't just start throwing random shots out at everybody while
Right.
you in the middle of some kind of mental breakdown, obviously, 'cause I don't know what she's thinking. You know, like, I mean, they done pulled her tweets up from 2017 when she said all that negative stuff about Donald Trump. Now all of a sudden she's super cool with him, and we obviously see because she posted the little card that she really just doing it to solidify her citizenship. Um, and she really gets mad at Jay Z over some stuff that happened at Def Jam. I guess that she feel like it's money that's owed to her, but it's different way. You rich girl, just get a lawyer and have and get an accountant and have them go
Right.
through it. If it's really true, then you can sue the hell out of this dude all day. You know, like this is some childish stuff that's going on. So I mean, I really don't know what's going on with this girl.
She is really doing herself a disservice. I mean, she's doing her. I'm going to be so super objective right now. She has rap skills. I'm not that impressed with them because I'm just not into modern hip hop. But she has great rap skills, and she's doing those skills a disservice because there's going to be a point where nobody's going to want to mess with her anymore. And she's going to get thrown out by, Trump sooner or later because he has a track record of throwing out every black person. Remember when the real conservatives were literally bowing to Trump to try to get any little kind of cabinet member or appointment from Trump. He literally made a point of not putting them in any positions. So what do you think he's going to do with some sassy, rapper, that has literally, she sleeps with a PDF file every night. Now, hey, they have something in common. Oops.
They provided the following.
I mean, they have something in common because Trump what in the hell? How did I end up here? Trump
I don't
is in the
regret.
mix. I mean, let's face it, Trump could be in that mix as well, right? So you have to ask yourself, that's Trevor Noah right there.
Yeah.
You have to ask yourself, what is going to happen to her? I'm going to be, believe it or not, I'm not going to talk that much crap about her either. I'm just going to let him sit down, relax, and watch and see what happens because this is popcorn time. This is the time to get out your popcorn and watch how she's going to turn out. I mean, is she going to get Kanye go the way of Kanye West? They already remember now. Candace has been kicked out. They forgot who Kanye is. I think so it's going to be very interesting how all these people are going to end up. It's going to be very interesting. Let me go back to this other tape here.
An investigative document, as you can see, from October 2019. This comes directly from the FBI, and it reads, this lead was generated to follow up on information that a USC Richard Marchenko is in custody in Mexico regarding a child sex ring investigation by the Mexican authorities that is purported to include video evidence held by Mexican law enforcement officials of Jeffrey Epstein engaging in sex acts with minors. The said minors were reported as possible USCs. Basically, it talks about the fact that there's allegedly this video footage of Epstein and the powerful men that he gave children to raping children, and it states that the Mexican authorities were in possession of these videos. The tip also continues, it says, basically the guy who called this in stated he has some type of Mexican deputization and is working along with a female former South African law enforcement official on the Mexican investigation. Turner has been insistent that Richard Marchenko, who is a former U.S. Navy SEAL, is currently in custody in Mexico City, and Turner states Marchenko is being held on charges pertaining to a child sex ring, and a Mexican law enforcement official known only to the author as Jorge is in possession of a trove of video footage of Jeffrey Epstein and other United States citizens engaged in sex acts with minor children, some of whom are reported to be United States citizens as well. So that's very, very important here. Keep in mind it says right here there is someone named Jorge who who is in possession of a trove of videos showing Epstein and other powerful United States citizens raping kids. But then we have to go to another unrelated file where we have an email chain between Ken T, this guy Ken, and someone whose address is redacted. They're basically trying to set up a call here. You can see they're trying to set up a three-way call, use the cell number. But then we get here, Jorge wants to know if we can schedule a call for this coming Monday. So that seems to be the Jorge that they were talking about who had possession of the Epstein tapes. And Ken T is trying to reach out to somebody, I'm assuming, to provide them with the tapes to facilitate this contact. But later on, Ken T states, we've had another serious incident since an American shot the trial judge in our child sex trafficking case here. He and I both think the latest incident is tied to the fact we have reached out to your team. Who on your team knows we are talking to you? Anyone?
This is crazy. This is like some Jason Bourne. I don't know if you've ever watched that movie before. That Jason Bourne shit's going off here. Like,
I definitely, yeah.
I mean, there's like some internal, you know what I mean? It's like internal departments fighting against each other, literally. This is crazy.
I mean, I think what happens is it gets out of control. Like, they start off doing one thing, and then that leads to a whole web of different interdepartmental things, and then different governments, and then the governments really are just like managers, basically, to the actual oligarchs that run all of these countries, because that's really who run these places, and they try to clean up the mess for whatever these people do. Like, example, Donald Trump, for example, like, he's using the government to try to clean up and hide all of the nonsense that he's into. And with them doing that, it's like, well, we're wasting our resources on real shit that matters because we up here trying to cover up y'all up here playing with little kids and doing all this devilish stuff, you know?
Right.
Like, it's out of control now.
Signed from NSA, CIA, or US State Department, people's lives here are in jeopardy. We've had 4 armed attacks against us. My partner has shot and killed 2 and wounded 5 American agents to date, numerous white American agents following us in vans assigned to the US Embassy. Jorge was attacked and lost his arm. So basically they're saying that they're trying to bring this up to US officials, but they're being shot at, a trial judge's murder, Jorge has lost an arm, and they've killed US agents, intelligence agents. But that's it. There's no further information at all about where this led or what really happened here. And to kind of wrap this whole thing out, you can see at the very top, this guy is begging. Ken Turner is begging. I believe that this is to the FBI or some authority. I mean, it doesn't show who these messages were sent to, but they're obviously sent to a task force. So I believe it's an FBI task force. And he's begging them, saying, we have killed American agents. We are being tailed by intelligence services. Somebody is attacking us. They murdered a judge. It's basically a war zone. We've killed American agents. And the guy at the top just says, my task force is not affiliated with the intelligence community. If want, arrange a call time.
That is just like some Jason Bourne stuff, you know, 2 departments fighting against each other and stuff. And one because they got a little information from one of the sex handlers, you know, that was helpful and stopping and getting oil from Saudi Arabia. You see what I'm saying? Weird, crazy stuff like that. And they're battling each other. This is like crazy.
That's it. So do these emails show the existence of that blackmail material? Did somebody somehow steal that from Epstein or the raid on Epstein's ranch, and they were trying to use it for some sort of leverage, or obviously to maybe leak it all out? We don't really know, but I would like some answers here, because they're making some pretty big allegations in those communications saying that US agents not only murdered Mexican authorities, but there were multiple United States intelligence agents that were murdered because they were trying to take hits out on Mexican authorities. That's just, it's mind-boggling stuff. Let me know your thoughts.
And finally, anything that depicts or contain images of death, physical abuse, or injury, also not produced.
So the federal government has documents or images showing death, not just CSAM, not just abuse, not just emails talking about torture, but death. I really doubt that they went to a funeral, so why didn't you arrest these people and show the whole public?
Because what you mean, according to the Epstein Files, Jeffrey Epstein actually brought girls to Elon Musk's SpaceX office, right? But Elon couldn't get it up. So the girls started making fun of him and laughing at him and talking about the size and shape of his meat. Elon didn't like that. And apparently he kind of like went on a tantrum talking about how rich he is and, you know, how he can have any girl he wanted. And one of the girls actually responded saying, yeah, you can have any girl you want to have a conversation with because you can't do nothing else with them. And he threw a bigger tantrum and kicked them out. And so that's why he and Jeffrey Epstein weren't friends.
Black men get on my...
Let me pause it right there. That I think I'm just going to sit back and watch all these people expose themselves, and they will. I think this is going to go really, really crazy. So anyway, I'm going to, I got a whole bunch of other tapes, but I want to save those for another night. So is there anything you'd like to say to end the evening, or any conversations that you have that you'd like to talk about?
Oh, well, not really, but I was just going off of what you were showing. I did think that you were going to get more into that situation with Jay-Z and Pusha T, because I did find out that Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein, they actually were business partners together.
Wow.
Yeah, but it didn't start until like '08 or whatever. But
let me see if I have that Jay-Z. Hold on one second. I thought I had something. Well, you heard about the Disney guy, right?
No.
Oh yeah, the Disney CEO. He out. He showed up in that. He showed up in them tapes, right? He showed up in those the Epstein Files, and he was all of a sudden a couple days ago. They introduced some new CEO. Let me play that right now, real quick.
Okay.
Wait, let me pause that right here. Bring that over here. Hold on one second. Let me bring that to this is going to be very interesting. I think you're going to find this really, really interesting. What happened to it? Wait, here we go. Check this out.
It's a major leadership announcement about the Walt Disney Company, our parent company. Josh D'Amaro will be the new chief executive officer of Disney, a 28-year Disney veteran and current chairman of Disney Experiences. He's going to, of course, succeed Bob Iger, who was at the helm for nearly 2 decades.
Board Chairman James Gorman praised him. He said he has a rare combination of inspiring leadership and innovation, adding that his strategic vision and passion for the Disney brand make him the right person to lead Disney's next chapter. And Bob Iger echoed that confidence, calling him an exceptional leader with an instinctive appreciation of the Disney brand, a deep understanding of what resonates with audiences, and saying his ability to combine creativity with operational excellence is exemplary. Iger will remain a senior advisor and board member through 2026.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Whenever you make a deal with the devil, you always get used and thrown to the wolves once he no longer could use your ass no more. Now, Kanye been trying
to admit, this guy's kind of funny.
to warn us about Jay-Z, but y'all thought he was crazy. Check this shit out.
You take people like Jay-Z and fucking Pusha T, they made their living killing our people, so how the fuck they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No.
Phoenix Soul in the house. Phoenix Soul can sing so good. Anyway, let me get right back into the mix. Phoenix Soul, it's good seeing you. Here we go.
They told the truth, right? They didn't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars.
Man.
Liars are now the face of our culture.
Now I'm just sitting here trying to figure out something. How in the hell Jay-Z in the Diddy Files, he in the Epstein Files, and he in the Weinstein Files, but he ain't never been locked up in the FBI Files? He is the president of entertainment for the NFL Super Bowl board. He done won Grammys. He done did films. He is labeled the greatest rapper of all time, and he definitely the richest. Well, today, the news broke out that Jay-Z is in the Epstein Files. And when that news broke headlines, Jay-Z jumped his ass on his jet and fled the country. His whereabouts are unknown currently at this moment. Check this shit out.
Jay-Z and Pusha T were named in the 2019 FBI crisis intake form released today in the Jeffrey Epstein Files. Son, what's going on? I'm going to read to y'all what it says. On July 10th, 2019, Blank called the FBI National Threat Operations Center to identify herself as a victim of abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. They provided the following information. In approximately 1994, Blank revealed herself as a past victim of abuse by Epstein, described the abuse occurred during parties, further identified as friends of Blank. In approximately 1996, Blank resided with Blank in Blank.
Oh, man.
An unknown man abducted Blank from her home when she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z. While Weinstein had inserted his fingers into Blank, Blank believed she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It is rough. And that's the same, but see, this is where I go. The whole, I don't know, man. It sounds terrible. And this was the only thing I've ever heard. And Jay-Z didn't have that situation that happened with him and Diddy with the girl in New York. If that didn't happen, and this was it right here, I'll be feeling way more skeptical of Jigga Man for that one. Like, hold on, man, what you into, you know? But we already got somebody just 4 or 5 months ago came up with a crazy elaborate story, and they found out it wasn't real. And this is even longer, further back. That was 30 years ago in 1996.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is even further back than what the one girl was talking about. And it's like, well, damn, man, like, see, I mean, I don't know.
This is what concerns me, is that there's no reason for this victim to lie on Jay-Z. I mean, it's not like this person sounds like she was even, you know, in the mix that way, right? So to me, that's what makes it concerningly reputable. Let's put it that way. And we don't know what Jay-Z did in the room, but the thing is that that's why I'm saying Jay-Z is flying way too close to some very, very, very bad people that we can only be concerned about it. Is he one of them or not? That's the problem we have. And the fact that there's you know, that guy who could very much be his child still floating around. And if he is his child, that child came out of another little girl. You see where I'm going with this. And the fact that he was messing around with another little girl, Aaliyah, this is getting really, really, really. And I mean, Beyonce wasn't that old either when he started messing with her. So,
no, he was 17.
You know,
yeah.
So it's getting really messy, and the same way that people might feel the same way about like if Trump becomes what will you call a suspect, we're going to feel the same way about Jay-Z as people feel about Trump. It's like, shit, nah. But there's the proof. Hey, like I said, I was an R. Kelly fan. I was looking a little bit side-eye when R. Kelly was messing with Aaliyah too. But
Little, he really messed up. She was 15. They faked they faked her birth certificate or something
yeah,
to get married. Yeah, like that. That was okay. See, and see, DJ, that's the problem right there. Everybody that we talking about, Diddy, R. Kelly, even Epstein, and even Donald Trump, right? All four of them had something in common. Before they got up in these Epstein files, all four of them had already been known for not just talking about the kind of stuff that they into. They had all been in dozens of pictures and videos of things they were doing, especially R. Kelly and Diddy. Now Trump and Epstein might not be on video that they actually recorded. They said, I don't know. At
no,
least
no.
but they
Do
do
you
have a
hear
lot
about
of
that thing when Trump was messing around with some 17? See, he was at some beauty pageant, right? And he wasn't supposed to be back with all the girls when they were dressing, but he went back there when they were naked. And these are these are 16, 17-year-old, beauty pageant, right?
Yeah, he's on audio admitting that he went in the room, dressing rooms before the Miss Universe pageants. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's a shame that it's people that had this kind of talent and power, but as a country, we need to just let these people go. We really do. We need to let's just sit back, grab ourselves, some Chardonnay or whatever, right? Or some rum, whatever our choice of drink is, and just let the files come out.
Yeah, and DJ, this is why, this is why I said it before. I tell you again, man. I believe that there's something else going on beyond all this Epstein stuff, because exactly what you said is exactly what people claim they want to do, but they can't stop looking at it.
Right.
We love entertainment, right? And the best entertainment is actually stuff that's real, not like fiction. And this is something that's real and is going on. This ain't nothing that we can look in a history book yet. Because it's happening live. So it's entertaining people. And look at what they got. They got politics. I mean, it's like a damn movie.
You see this pattern we've had this year and late last year. Let's even go back as far as the Meghan situation. We know dude shot her in the foot. Nobody else, because she had lead in her foot, right? And there was only 3 other suspects. And two people, their testimony lined up with, dude shooting her, Daystar.
Daystar.
Yeah, Daystar. And the bottom line is is that he did it, but people to this day swear and spit on, Megan's name. And all she was doing was taking a bullet in their foot. That's all she really did. And then look at this pattern again. Look at old Corey Holcomb, right? All of a sudden he's a victim for literally being on film hitting a woman. I'm not going to say, he wants to say, well, my fist wasn't closed. My fist wasn't closed. All I know is I saw that woman's head snap back like she was in a boxing match.
It didn't matter if he just pushed her forehead with his pinky. It was still assault.
Yeah.
So he's done. Like as long as it's within the statute of limitation, he's done.
Yeah, and the funny thing is they're still defending him right now by talking about different shit that happened around us. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but number one, the thing is this. Let's say she did something to him, right? Well, then he should have reported it. But what's funny to me is what I've learned is this. Sociopaths love using the Darvo tactic. And what it is that they will, in long story short, what they do is if they are accused of something, especially when it's reputable, they will turn around and accuse the victim of the very same thing. And it's funny to me because he's acting all scared and shit. That's how I know that. That's how I know that he's guilty. He feels guilty because he's being all scared and shit about it. When the best thing for him to do is just not talk about it anymore. You know, when people came out and showed the video of him hitting the woman, it's like, man, well, I'll settle that in court. That's what he should have said. But what did he do? He tried to spit on her name, and what he did was he made himself look worse, because the thing is that he would have been better off looking like he didn't have any malicious intent towards her. But every word that came out of his mouth when he describes her is the B word or the H word or some derogatory word towards women. After a while, it's like, okay, I know you're a comedian and maybe you're trying to be funny and you're not funny. But at the end of the day, it sounds like to me that this is guilty conscience talking. And that's what I believe would happen. So if you've noticed, though, a lot of these, I'm going to just call them modern men. I'm going to be nice tonight. Modern men are blaming women at a very, very high rate. They're blaming women that really are the victims, and they're doing their best to use this Darvo tactic to make themselves look better. And don't get me wrong, Antron tried that. He tried that shit on with Corey. It's the craziest thing. First, and don't you find it ironic that Corey did not hit Antron, but he made a point in front of at least 10 witnesses of hitting that woman?
Yes, that is funny, because I believe that even if it wasn't a camera in the room, he still wouldn't have hit Anton. Like, yeah, they would have been in that same situation. Because I don't believe Corey knew that he was being recorded on a security cam, whatever, when he did it. Because I don't think he'd have did that. But that's even better though, right? Because now we see what he really liked. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But if he was in the same situation outside somewhere with no camera, just him and his boys and Anton and his boys or whatever, he wouldn't have did that. Like,
yep.
It would have been, because you know what those turn into. Ain't nobody out there but y'all. You know, somebody got a gun. It's security somewhere. Y'all do, especially Corey. You know, people might run up on you. You know, if they know who you are. But that situation was just, I don't know. Everybody seen that, like, basically, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell everybody out there and in YouTube land, keep an eye out for that, because you're going to see a lot more of that going on, where you're going to get the perpetrators are going to be playing the victim. It is going to be the number one thing in 2026 going on. You will see a lot of perpetrators blaming mostly women for assaulting women. They're going to find some reason that it's the woman's fault. I mean, that's the ultimate thing Corey uses. Look what you made me do. That's what Corey was saying. Because as you saw in the tape that I played early, he literally admitted to causing assault against her. He did not deny it. He did not deny it. But what his game was to blame her for him striking her, because the muff turned out to be quite the strike, if you ask me. Her head snapped back at least a foot, you know, and it wasn't like she was trying to hit him. Her hands were down to her side. And so he tried to blame her for him hitting her. And really, quite honestly, that is like DV 101. And he claims that he never assaulted another woman. But when he, believe it or not, when he made a comedy skit about how he takes advantage of women that are broke, that's assault. That's another form of assault. It's called a financial abuse. Is where you say, okay, I want you to do this for me. Here's $50. You better do it right now or you're going to starve. Yeah. Corey is mad that his purse is being hit in bars. Exactly. He's probably going to be thrown off. Because I think what happened was this, is that at least for what was said, is that he was on a, what do you call it? He was on tour and he's probably going to get pulled off a tour because it's not like don't get me wrong. I will never call him a super duper trash comedian. Some people will. His delivery's okay. He comes out at that. He's got that belligerent comedy thing going on. It's okay. If you put him on for about 15, 20 minutes, he's not gonna make you look bad. Well, most of the time anyway. People did walk out on one of his other shows. But at the same time, he's definitely expendable. There's better comedians they can get. In fact, what they will probably do if that comedy show is still going, is grab a woman to go on stage to counteract his misogyny. And what I mean is that when the fact that one of their crew, because comedy shows, black comedy shows, it is looked upon as we're a crew of our friends working together. We're working our tour and we're going to be going all over the United States and we're going to be, entertaining the folks. So if one of your crew does something like what Corey did, you have to counteract that by saying, okay, now we all look like misogynists. So let's bring in a couple of our talented ladies, which they should have done in the first place, like Melanie Camacho, Lunel, even Monique, even though she's expensive, to counterbalance and save the tour. Because that's exactly what they would be doing. Because, birds of a feather, let's just put it that way. And so that's basically what's going down.
Yeah. They get that under control, man.
Back to Jay-Z.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, go ahead. Yeah. I'm
going to wait a couple days, but I am going to do another live. And I'll probably name it "What Happened to Jay-Z?" And because this is not looking good. Let me play a little bit more of this tape and see what they're saying.
Now, before you get in the comments and say Weinstein touched her, not Jay-Z, the first thing you got to consider is why Jay-Z even in the room with an underage girl.
Right. Good point. Good point, Nino Brown. I have to admit, Nino Brown puts a smile on my face the way he be, he's all like.
Goddamn boogie naked with Weinstein in the first place. Why he went goddamn Epstein?
Yeah, that's a bad look. Let me go back on this clip right here. That's a bad look. That just is bad because I'm sure he's been around Weinstein enough to see or have heard him speak ill about what he does. So I'm just saying, I know you're a Jay-Z fan, but shit's stacking up. Shit is stacking up. He just got out of some soiree with situations with Diddy.
Yeah.
So basically, think about it. Two of his close business pals are in the PDF files. That's a bad freaking look. If I was him and the fact he hasn't said anything, that's creepy, bro. The fact, and then on top of that, the situation with his son. It's like a lot of stuff that's not lining up, that's not looking good. Even if he would have just come out, this is gonna sound funny. If he come out and just say, "Bro, this has been a bad year," I would have been okay. At least he started there, but we looking close, bro. Because think about it. His history with the younger girls. Remember, when he come out with "Ain't no nigga," not. She was young. You know, Foxy Brown was a child. She was what, 14, 15?
When she did in 2000, I'm sorry, 1996.
Yeah, she was like 14, 15. So this is where they made it squeeze it in. She was 14, 15 when they recorded it. It came out 2 years later, so it didn't look so bad. Because now she's 17, right? And you know how people are. They're like, oh, okay, let's let that slide, whatever, right? But no, she was 14, 15 when they were doing that, you know, doing the music. He was, I mean, she was, not him. So he's already flying low. He was already flying low. Then all of a sudden, his best friend is Diddy, and we saw how that turned out. And then all of a sudden, right now, look, he's with Harvey Weinstein. You can't. The worst next thing that could be happen is you see him. You know, Bill Cosby. He's got pictures with Bill Cosby. You know,
I'm sure he got pictures with Bill Cosby because it's Bill Cosby. But I'm gonna tell you,
we'll give him that much. But what's the interesting thing that ties all of it together is they all and I'm not saying he did, but all his friends roofied everybody. They all used some sort of liquid drink to gain control over these women. So it's weird.
Yeah.
There's weird.
There's no picture of Jay-Z and Harvey, not Harvey, what's his name? Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein. And that's one of the weirdest things. They said that on CNN. And I said, no, I'm not CNN. Who are we just watching? The TMZ. And I'm like, what? I Googled it, and I Googled it the same day, like, nah, and it wasn't. Because I haven't seen any except for the AI ones that people put up. So that's kind of weird because, I mean, everybody got pictures with Weinstein, with Epstein. Even people who didn't do nothing wrong got pictures with him. And I'm like,
the thing is this. The bottom line is this. It's kind of like how I feel about Nikki. Nikki is toast, in my opinion, as far as being a part of our community at all. She burnt her bridges. And Jay-Z, the bottom line is that. How are we supposed to respect somebody whose business partners and friends are literally criminals? Literally criminals, hardened ones. Not like, you know, you could let it slide if there was like, you know, some business crime, like maybe they just kind of cooked the books or something. Who cares, right? Even though that's bad. But these guys have done horrific crimes. And everywhere these horrific crime guys are, Jay-Z's around. I mean, I know that the business community in entertainment is not a big community. But it just seems like to me the best case scenario that we could draw on Jay-Z is that he just doesn't mind being around people with nefarious behavior. Maybe, you know, kind of like some people who are square, they still like to be hanging around with thugs. Maybe that's how, maybe best case scenario, that's where his head is at.
I don't know, DJ. I mean, the way I look at it with everything, you know, that I really try to speak about is we can go like everything that we know is definitely 100% we can go off of, like, you know, because it's a fact. But
Right.
anything outside of that is just speculation. I mean, I speculate and everything, and I agree with you. That is weird that, you know, that you would work with people who you know are doing that type of stuff, especially well either one, like, right. But um it's just like we talking about two guys out of the thousands of people. I bet you that at least half of the people that Jay-Z worked with, right? And not just him, everybody in the entertainment world, you know, even us, if we knew what they really was on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What they into, like, it's not, you know, so like, I mean, I've worked with people at my jobs for years, you know what I'm saying? And it was stuff I went to school, people I didn't know about them until some weird stuff happened and they done got caught doing something, got arrested, got whatever. I've been surprised a few times in my life, people who I mean, I didn't know them, like they went to school together, we hung out maybe sometimes, but that don't mean they gonna tell me what the weird ass shit that they really into, you know. But I don't know. I can't make no excuses for that for him, but I just said too, like I said, he ain't got no pictures with Epstein. And both times that he's been implicated for doing this, it was always somebody else, and he happened to be there. The girl got into Diddy's house, and she awoke and she said that Diddy and Jay-Z was in there. We thought that was a lie. And now this was the same thing. A girl wakes up, and all of a sudden she's in Epstein's mansion with Weinstein owner, and Jay-Z was just standing in the corner, you know,
Yeah.
chilling. Like, so that's why I'm like, it just don't make sense how.
Well,
How come
no,
I never said
the
it
thing
was
is
doing
that the problem is this testimony seems to be more reputable because they are friends. So it's not going to be strange to see Weinstein and Jay-Z together. And the thing is that maybe Jay-Z didn't do anything, but Weinstein sure the fuck did, and Jay-Z didn't do anything about it. That's the problem I have. I'm going to go as far right now and say this. Jay-Z, until I listen more, until I get some more tape, I'm going to say that Jay-Z didn't do anything, but I'm going to say I don't respect what Jay-Z didn't do. Like, at least like say, hey, Harry, you know, fuck that, stop that, me bro, come on, leave her alone. You know what I mean? That I'm sorry, I cannot rock with that. I understand that it's not, you know, he didn't know the woman or whatever. But the bottom line is this, is that are we all barbarians here? That's what it comes down to.
Oh no, I agree with that. If he was in the room and let it happen, but he didn't do nothing, that's just as bad almost as him doing it as well.
Right.
But we don't even know if he was even in the room, if it was even you know, like that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm gonna tell you what I think gonna happen. I think that this ain't gonna go nowhere criminally, because that was 30 years ago. She don't have no evidence, nothing. They got what? So that ain't gonna go nowhere. She's gonna try to sue Jay-Z probably. Well, by the way, this report is old. All of these reports are just like police and FBI reports.
I don't think she's going to try to sue Jay-Z. I think
that's what I'm saying. Like,
if anything, it depends on this. It depends on what report, because what it sounds like to me is this: she reported it. It ain't like she's telling us right now what happened 30 years ago. She reported it. It's just shit didn't happen. So the thing is this: somebody getting sued. Whether it's the department, whether it's the FBI, whoever took the report, they better just go ahead and just just if they want to keep it out of the news, the best thing they can do is just go ahead and knock this out real quick. Knock it out real quick, one way or the other.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. You're right, because these are reports. That's how they got it in the Weinstein. Basically, what they did was they did like a mega search, and anything that came up with Weinstein's name in it, they put into these files. Because Epstein didn't know about these calls that was made. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
About him. These were just calls that were made. Now, you're right. What did these people do with the report? They called local police. They called the FBI. I mean, they had.
I think we're starting to pull things together. Remember when I was playing that weird thing? I was saying like some Jason Bourne shit was going on.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Is they swept that rug. They found out it was because remember now back then Weinstein was the toast of the town in Hollywood. So they're like, you know, F her. We got ourselves a billionaire here. We're gonna go ahead and cover it up. That's what happened, and that's what I'm saying is that she don't need to go after Weinstein or Jay-Z. She just need to go after whoever swept it under the rug. And and she better watch her back though, because these, as you can see, these people will fight amongst each other. they will pow each other if they need to. Each department, if you know what I mean, the CIA fighting the FBI, fighting the whatever triple digits, triple alphabet letters are. These people to cover up their own interests, they will literally delete each other. This is crazy. So all that Jason Bourne stuff is real. It's for real. That shit is for real. These guys out here having a war in Mexico over. It's Americans having a war in Mexico with other Americans. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. It's like CIA shooting bullets at the FBI. FBI's trying to bring a man to justice, but the CIA he's like, release that motherfucker. You know what I mean? And they're like, because that motherfucker, and it's not really has to do with money. A lot of it has to do with secrets. A lot of it has to do with like, well, we need some nuclear codes and this person knows. All that James Bond stuff that came out, all this Jason Bourne stuff, all that Mission Impossible stuff, that shit is for real. And if you've watched those movies, it always comes back to being their own that did the deadly deeds. And this is now we're in real life. And now we see where all these movies got their supposedly fiction from. It's blowing my mind right now. I need to take a couple, relax, some what I have Valerian root over there. I got to take some Valerian root and chill out because this is crazy to me.
You're right. That's exactly where they get it from. And the NSA and the CIA, they have these agent cover. They have a name for their spies. They call them NOCs, NOCs. It's for non-official cover. So basically, what it means is when they send you on a NOC mission, those agents are undercover, and they are detached from any official coverage from the United States or the CIA. So basically, if they die on their mission or get killed or get caught, that's it for them.
All right, see you later. Bye.
Yeah, and like that's like that James Bond stuff like that. Like, if he ever get caught, that's it. He can't. Yeah, like they're not gonna come get him. They're not gonna save him. And if he died, his name will never be known. It'll just be a star on the wall. That's what they do with CIA. They just put stars on the wall for all the NOCs that died, but not their names. But it's like that's crazy. And then
let's end with one last video right here. Here we go.
They was down in Mexico, Cuba, during the Iran conflict in the 80s. when they were down there.
Yep.
Hello guys, I'm with my favorite president, the best president of all time.
Donald Trump, he gets to hang out with young and have 50 different wives and just
Samuel L. Jackson on Trump. I've never been on that.
Nicki Minaj is getting dragged and clowned left and right. And honestly, she brought this
You
on
know.
herself. Everybody is coming for her from all sides. And the latest person to throw shade is none other than Samuel L. Jackson. And you already know he is not holding back. According to Samuel, Nicki has no idea what she's walking into. He's basically saying she's clueless, completely unaware that Trump and the MAGA crew are using her for their own agenda. They're literally laughing at her, not with her, and she can't even see it. It's one thing to be in the spotlight. It's another to be played in front of the world. And Samuel's saying Nicki needs to wake up before it's too late. First of all, let me be clear. Samuel L.
I personally think it's too late, but here we go.
Jackson has never been a Trump supporter. This man has been outspoken about Trump for years. He publicly criticized him, called out his policies, and even used some choice words to make his feelings known. You know how Samuel does. In fact, he publicly encouraged people to refer to Trump as a mother effer. After Representative Rashida Tlaib called Trump MFer and said he should be impeached, Samuel hopped on social media to show his support to Representative Tlaib and wrote, "Rashida Tlaib, I just want to wholeheartedly endorse your use of and clarity of purpose when declaring your mother effing goal last week. Calling that mother effer a mother effer is not an issue. Calling that mother effer president is." And then Samuel added the hashtag mother effer is too good to waste on that canker sore. Samuel has also publicly criticized Trump's actions and policies in interviews, saying things like, "This MFer is like ruining the planet." As for all his fellow celebrities who are staying quiet, Samuel said, "If you're not saying anything, then you're complicit." And then more recently, when some black celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Nelly, and now Nicki Minaj started jumping on the Trump train, Samuel was asked in an interview for the Daily Beast if his opinion on Trump's presidency had changed, and he made it crystal clear that he still sees Trump as the absolute worst. As for black celebs endorsing him, according to Samuel, they're either cowards or bootlickers who would literally do anything for a check. Samuel said, "When I grew up in segregation, I knew which white people didn't want to be bothered with me, and I knew how they felt about me. When I see Trump, I see the same rednecks I saw when I was growing up who tried to keep me in my place. That's what the Republican Party is to me. They're doing it to young people, gay people. They don't care who you are. If you're not them, you're the enemy." And that's really the saddest part about Nicki Minaj going full MAGA. Samuel Jackson literally spelled it out. Those Republicans she's aligning herself with, they don't even like her. They don't care about her. They don't see her as an ally, a friend, or even someone worth respecting. The second she's no longer useful as a token black female conservative, she'll be thrown under the bus in a heartbeat. They don't need her loyalty. They need the optics. Nicki is acting like she's making power moves, when in reality, she's being used. She's that person in the room everyone is laughing at. During a recent Trump account summit in Washington, D.C., Trump made a jab about Nicki's financial situation.
Phoenix Soul says, "Who else heard that?" In Samuel voice, yep. You said that, yep. If there's anybody who's the master of saying that word, it's Samuel L. Jackson.
And all those white men sitting around her were literally laughing at her, not with her. Meanwhile, Nicki was laughing along, thinking she was in on the joke.
Nick makes a lot of cash. Not as much as Michael Dell. Not quite. Not as much. But that's okay. But Nicki makes
Is this entire situation going all the way over Nicki Minaj's brain and her spidey senses as the whole room just laughed at her and she thinks they're laughing with her?
It's like Nicki really has no clue that everyone in that room sees her as nothing more than a prop and a token. And let's not forget that those same Republicans Nicki is now out here grifting for were openly hating on her back when she was anti-Trump. Take Charlie Kirk, for example. This guy used to drag Nicki all the time, calling her a bad influence on girls.
Right now, black culture is being held captive by influences, songs,
Which
and role models.
influences?
I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls.
But fast forward to now, and Nicki is out here cozying up to Erica Kirk.
Unfortunately, he I mean.
No, he was right. Yeah, like that's not, but I'm telling you, Nicki is not, for little girls, Sexy Red is the worst.
Right.
Like,
But
yeah,
Nikki's not too far behind because I don't think any father does not want their little girl married to a criminal. That's just not gonna, that's you just don't want that.
no.
I think I have to respect Nikki for her business acumen. She got rich. Remember, we have to give her that much. She got rich out of starting from the bottom and getting up. But other than that, to me, she's basically I put her in the same group with Corey Holcomb. I do.
Yeah.
Wisdom says, and Sam played a whole right here in a movie. Yep. And I don't even think he's ever folded. Yep. He did. I said, well, Ed says, don't let it be for a forensic investigation involved that could go back to every, Umber you have ever had, or, oh man, yeah, or other communication. Yep, that's right. I think I said I think this is going to get crazy. I think it's going to get crazy. I really do. That part. Here we go.
And spreading the most insane MAGA talking points. Think about it like this. Has a conservative white woman ever lectured white girls to stop making black girls feel insecure about being black? Exactly. Never. And yet, that's exactly what Nikki is doing right now. During her appearance at AmFest with Erica Kirk, she literally went on about how black girls aren't respecting blonde, blue-eyed white girls, and how white girls are the victims because their looks are being downplayed.
That was crazy. That was crazy. That was, I don't know, that kind of like competed with Anton Daniels, that kind of speech. I have to admit it was creative, but it was disgusting.
That we were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty. If we felt like that as Black women, why would we want to do that to other women? Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty so that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty.
And let's just stop for a second and think about how insane this is. Because when in the history of the United States has the beauty of blonde hair, blue-eyed women ever been downplayed or disrespected?
That's exactly.
Standard of beauty has been worshipped, celebrated, and held up as the ideal for decades. And now Nikki is out here acting like white girls are somehow oppressed or underappreciated for their looks. But then again, it doesn't seem like Nikki is allergic to embarrassment, because literally everything she's done lately has been one long humiliation ritual.
Dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president.
He's in, I read this thing, and he's been named in the pedophiles like 10,000 times. It was more like, it's closer to 11,000. It was like 1089, 333 or something like that. And the world wants you to believe he had nothing to do. Phoenix, so why is it speaking?
It's honestly hard to even tell what's going on with Nikki at this point, because we all remember when she was openly anti-Trump, calling him evil and dragging his immigration policies. But fast forward to now, and it's a complete 180. Not only is Nikki sucking up to Trump, but she's sucking up to everybody around him. Just the other day, she was on X congratulating Trump advisor Alex Bruzewitz on getting married and wrote, "Congratulations to my dear friend Alex Bruzewitz and his beautiful wife Carolina on getting married today." My dear friend? Seriously? Let's be real. Nikki probably didn't even know who this man was 5 minutes ago. And now she's praising every random MAGA figure and claiming they're all her friends. By the way.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I've irritated about it, everybody enough playing this. So we're definitely going to have a part 2, because literally I have like 20 other clips to play. I have clips all over the place, but it's just like there's just she's sucking, period. Phoenix soul. But I got so many clips. I got so much more. So I can see this having to be a series. This is definitely not a one-off. I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's show. I hope everybody enjoyed Deonte's presence on stage. Deonte, you still here?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. Deonte's presence. Deonte, any last words before I hit the beat?
Oh no, nothing much, man. Just thanks again for letting me up at another good show, DJ.
Say hey, thank you for coming. Let me hit the beat. Here we go.
Round and round it goes. Love goes around. Oh. DJ Torch. And friends.
All right, I'd like to shout out everybody who came through tonight. I appreciate it. Catch us on the replay. Shout out to Phoenix Soul. Wisdom ain't cheap. I said what I said. By the way, check out Wisdom Ain't Cheap's channel. Check out I Said What I Said's channel. And check out Phoenix Soul's channel. We got some great content. Also in the house. New Dawn for you in the house. He says this: "When all women and girls are their target. Mars. Protect, uplift, and support women and girls you know and me. Mars. Mars."
About to go
Shout out to Henry Mars. Ghost. Corey Coburn. By the way, she wrote this beautiful jam. Kevin, the lifestyle guy. A shout out to everybody up in the clouds, from the day ones to the 2026s. I appreciate you. Break it down.
DJ Torch and friends, lounging